Hey guys, welcome to the Trickle Up. I'm Boyce, the Mindful Skeptics podcast, and joined with me today is Alex Chaney of the Yang Daily podcast. What do we got on the low today, Alex?
Well, we got another normal week in 2021. We got, fallout from the insurrection. A lot of people fleeing the sinking ship. And we've got some deaths from COVID that happened recently. We just hit 4,000. So that's awesome. And yeah, we should probably take a look at what's going on with Trump and his platforming and what's going to happen coming into the inauguration day.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover today, guys. So we're going to start out with these three deaths of the GOP legislators. We have Luke Letlow of Louisiana, and we have Ben Sheffin, if that's how you say it, of Virginia, and Mike Reese of Pennsylvania have all died of complications due to COVID-19. And yet,
so we're reaching back a little here. This was like 2 weeks ago, but considering we just hit the record of 4,000 deaths per day on COVID, it seems relevant.
Well, and considering the GOP is figuratively dying, they're also literally dying by numbers. And so you got to wonder, what's it going to take for people to wear a mask? Because we all have friends and family that still refuse. You go into gas stations here in Michigan, half and half. Some do, some don't. And with this whole, storming the castle, if you will, we have a new renowned vigor, if you will, for enough is enough. Even though 4,000 people died that day, that doesn't get mentioned as enough for failed leadership.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's in an uproar as soon as people storm the Capitol, despite the fact that, the same sort of conspiracies that are fueling that attack have been fueling the deaths of tens of thousands of people preventable deaths of COVID, because our president and his party have been pushing these conspiracies about like masks don't work. COVID is just the flu, just outright lies, and it's leading to behaviors that are killing people. And these three GOP legislators are just some of the more recent of an absolute deluge.
And I think we're over 380,000 deaths now.
Around there, yeah.
Around 380.
And worth noting that, these three guys, two of them were in their 40s. So there's always new excuses being made as to why we could ignore the threat of COVID. One of those is, it doesn't kill anybody under 60. Well, you know what it does.
Want to bet?
And even though these guys, they technically died of things like heart attacks and brain aneurysms, it's no coincidence these things happen right after they contracted COVID. Like COVID affects your body in a whole host of ways. It affects your blood and all of the organs connected. Yeah. And so these things are considered deaths related to COVID, because COVID caused those deaths, as you said, the same way that AIDS doesn't kill anyone, but it causes other things to kill you.
Yes, and that's the thing that people always push back. The numbers are inflated. The numbers are inflated, but they don't understand how statistics work either in healthcare, where they're going to go back and study all these numbers. They need to know everyone that ever had it. Even if you die and they bring you to the hospital, you got ran over by a train, you still count as a COVID positive patient if you're positive at death. Even if you jump out of an airplane, you still had COVID. It's about statistics, and to say they're inflated is not true.
And the one hard stop on that objection is just look at the excess deaths for the year.
Yeah,
that's all you need to look at. Like, there have been over 300,000 more excess deaths this year than the year previous. What do you think that's from? Take a wild shot.
It's not a coincidence.
No, that's not an accounting error.
No. Well, and that's the thing too. I'm interested to see if like normal flu rates go down because of our over the top awareness now, which I think it would. I mean, I'm just curious about that personally. But we have an insurrection with, I don't know, a couple thousand people, no masks, screaming, and I mean shoulder to shoulder like it's a race. And they're beating cops, stabbing them with their poles and sticking them and throwing at them like
with American flags.
With American flags.
Of American flags, yes.
And they drug a cop down the stairs face first and just beat the hell out of him. And I was looking for a thin blue line. I couldn't see a blue line anywhere. It was just the weirdest damn thing. All those people that were there beating cops, one specific cop to death with a fire extinguisher, probably had a blue line bullshit flag on their pickup truck.
Oh, the guy who had the flex cuffs in the Senate chamber, who was looking to take hostages. Yeah, he had a blue line thing on him.
Yep, but he went right through that line to get to what he wanted, his agenda. He planned on kidnapping people and holding them hostage. I mean, that's how crazy it is.
Everything points to that. Yeah.
Yes, and they found Molotov cocktails, pipe bombs, weapons.
Pipe bombs were sent to the DNC and RNC, or the RNC at least.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about
the DNC. Is the RNC the one I heard of personally?
Yeah, they had the RNC. They definitely found a pipe bomb there. The DNC had a suspicious package. I never heard what that turned out to be.
I don't think it was, because if it was, we'd know. There'd be a big. They're trying to kill us all. But I just couldn't imagine being a senator or an aide to the senator or whatever, and then outside they're literally kicking in the door and the cops are standing there with guns drawn.
That photo from inside the House chamber, where they had barricaded the door with a bookcase or something, and there were like 3-4 security officers there, guns drawn.
Yeah,
the glass was broken and there were Trump supporters right on the other side. It was like out of a zombie flick.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And it's not something that you would ever have associated with America until that day.
Well, on a side note, I would say they do need more brains. Zombie reference, people. Sorry. But to have everyone scared for their life and their well-being while the president of the United States is watching from the West Wing. Fortunately, he wasn't tweeting because he's done. He's donezo. And that's something we're going to talk about later. That's definitely something we're going to be talking about later, is him being banned on all social media platforms pretty much, except for TikTok, which is ironic. And the fact that he incited a riot, an insurrection. He led the way. Allegedly, despite the evidence. But yeah, we have lawmakers dropping dead. We have 300, 400,000 or 4,000 people a day dying, and he's still the president.
Yep.
He still has a job to do, and he's not doing it. I'm curious what he's up to today. What did you do today there, Donnie boy, to help people, the so-called people that you think you stand for are dying?
Statistically, there's definitely some golfing in there. And probably a lot of inciting more insurrection through conspiracy theories on social media, if he can access any social media, I guess through TikTok.
Yeah, you can't do it any other way. All the social media pages said, we've had enough, and they tried to overthrow our government. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just so.
Well, there are buts about it, because a lot of people are denying that that's what happened.
Well, the
a lot
buts
of people want to believe that it was just a rowdy rally that got a little out of hand, and there was some trespassing. Some people won't even admit there was violence going on, despite the video of Trump supporters in fisticuffs with police officers, crushing them indoors.
Yes, that's a pretty gross video too. They're acting like Vikings, like heave ho, and just crushing that guy, man. It's a little hypocritical too. Well, it's a little hypocritical too, with people on the left and the right going back and forth about supporting blue lives and blue lives. I saw people on the left hashtagging Blue Lives Matter, and I'm like, holy shit, we went full circle today, folks.
Yes, we do.
Blue lives don't exist. I still stand by that. Blue is the color of your uniform. It is not your skin color. It is not your identity. It's an occupation. So I still won't stand by Blue Lives Matter. Human life matters, all of them. In or out of a uniform. I don't care what color their skin is or what religion they are or whatever. Life matters, and we need to treat all people equally, not because they have a badge or not. I find that inconsistent, to say the least. But yeah, guys, we'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comments section, because here we are with a failure of democracy being led by the president of the United States, and his sycophants have no problem following orders. No problem at all. And not just that, he had a rally to rile them up, just wound them up and just point them. They're the bad guys. They're trying to steal this from you. And clutching his pearls. It's just,
yeah, we should probably talk about that speech at the rally.
Yes, we're definitely going to cover that as well.
Yeah.
It's a doozy. If you guys haven't, we're going to include the links in our next video about that speech. It's word for word. It's a Twitter thread. It is amazing. It's not amazing. It's disgusting. It's really cool that someone went and dived deep into it, though. It's not. Is it a Twitter thread?
Yes.
Okay, it's a Twitter thread. Yes.
We might be hearing more about it in court at some point.
Oh my God! For the next decade. I thought Trump was going to be in court in New York for the next decade for state charges of IRS fraud. That pales in comparison.
He's a multitasker.
Oh boy, he's going to waste more tax money. That's for damn sure. Defending him with our tax money.
Well, it remains to be seen if we will continue to waste money on his security service and travel expenses for the rest of his life, depending on what Congress decides to do and what his cabinet decides to do.
Damn right. All right, guys. So let us know what you think about that in the comment section. While you're here, go and give a video a like if you like this type of content. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down and let us know why. And also smash that like button, hit that notification bell for alerts for upcoming videos. And thanks for joining us. See you guys later on the Trickle Up, and then catching the daily news on the low. Gang.
Adios.